Today I'm at an exhibition in Glastonbury at the Rural Life Museum, an exhibition which looks at 4 incredible women, how they served in the Second World War and how they had links to Somerset. And one of those women is Odette Hallowes, who would go on to become one of Britain's most decorated spies. Odette was born in France in 1912 and during the outbreak of the Second World War would come to live near Wellington in Somerset with her 3 daughters. But when France fell in 1940, German troops had reached the English Channel, so the British Admiralty put out a call for anyone who had intel, photographs, knowledge, that sort of thing, something which Odette did have because she spent so much time in northern France. So she answered the call. But she made a little bit of a mistake along the way, because you see, instead of sending her photographs to the Admiralty, she actually sent them to the War Office, which sought immediately to enlist her in the Special Operations Executive. It was a huge decision to take, but Odette's sense of duty kicked in, and so she accepted, signed up to the SEO, and was sent to France under the name Odette Churchill. But it wouldn't be long before she and her colleagues started to raise the suspicion among the Gestapo, and on the night of April 16th, 1943, Odette and her commanding officer, Peter Churchill, were arrested. Odette would be taken to a French prison near Paris, where she was brutally interrogated 14 times. But she was quite the nut to crack. She gave absolutely nothing away. And because of this, she was then transported and spent the rest of the war in the infamous Ravensbrück concentration camp. But remarkably, Odette was one of the few to survive. When the Allied forces drew near, the commandant of Ravensbrück, Fritz Suren, took Odette to a nearby American base to use her as a bargaining tool to escape his own imprisonment. "Look," he said, "I've found Odette Churchill, relative of your Prime Minister, Winston Churchill." The fake name certainly worked, that's for sure, because once Odette had told them who she was and who he was, in doing so, she managed to seize Suren's gun from him and took him prisoner instead. After the war, Odette returned to Somerset and received high honours. She was made an MBE, received a Légion d'honneur in France. She became the first woman to receive the George Cross, and there was even a movie made about her story in 1950. Odette would go on to live a long, peaceful and happy life until she passed in March 1995. I don't know about an exhibition. I think that movie needs to be remade, you know.